unmute.
Hello.
Hello everyone, good evening. Am I audible to all? Yes, you all can message on the everyone chat or you can message directly to the host. All right, great. So let's move on with our very first demo topic, that is pattern printing. How many of you are new today in this batch or like new today in the session? And how many of you are from the previous sessions? Okay, just tell me who are new today. Okay, now I'm getting the answers from the previous. Who are new today? Okay, so Abhijit, yeah, class is supposed to start today. The demo in the sense that a particular topic will be picked and like in that you will be given the demo today. Okay, so let's start on with the session and the main classes will start from Monday onwards. I mean the next Monday onwards. So in pattern printing, generally you must have seen like different patterns you must be coming across whenever you're solving a problem. You may be asked to print a pattern like, okay, you have to print at the rate. This seems to be a pattern. Yes, no? Yes. There can be a pattern like this is also a pattern. Yes, no? This is also again a pattern. So all of these are looking like patterns, right? Patterns are nothing but you can say a kind of design, a particular way to print anything. That those are the things we call as a pattern. Yes, no? Yes. Now, starting on with the session of the patterns, I'll like to bring you all with a very simple question of patterns. I want you all to print, like if I give you the number as 7, you have to print 7 stars. Okay. If I give you the number as 5, like the number is variable, anything I can give as an input, then you have to print 5 star in a linear fashion. I hope whatever I'm saying right now is getting clear to all. Yes, no? Okay. So any ideas? How can we print this particular pattern? Using loop. Okay. Correct. So most of you are having the idea that we will be using the loop. Let's say, like anyone can tell me from where the loop will start, or anyone having any idea? How many times your loop should iterate? Like how many times it should go so that you will get 5 stars or 7 stars, depending on the number I provide. Okay, I got one input as 0. What about others? 5 times. Okay. Someone is saying 5 times. Someone is saying that loop will start from 0. Any answers? Any other answers, guys? It's basically like if, let's suppose I give you n equals to 0, will there be any star printed? Will you print any star? Yes, no, no, right? So at least there should be one number to print the stars with, right? Yes, guys. Yes. So taking the idea from that thought, we will start our loop from 1. Obviously, you can see that you have to print n number of stars, right? Like let's suppose here I have to print 5. So if 5 is here, I will write I less than or equals to 5 and I plus plus. Hope everyone is clear. Yes, everyone. Now I have to print them. Yes or no? Yes. So should I write here SOPLN like system.out.println or SOP? We should write system.out.print, not println, because you want all of your stars in a single line. Is it clear to all? And that's it. Your program is done. Anyone in the class having doubts so far, they can ask me. Yes, guys, any doubts? Hope no. Okay. Now we'll move on and we'll start on with the next question for the patterns. That is this. For this particular pattern in your question, you will only be given as n equals to 5. Abhijit, focus on the, because you will be getting new patterns today. I can assure you that. Shekhar, it will start on Monday, the next month, the coming Monday. Guys, I'm not going to repeat the patterns today. So if anyone is feeling like, okay, the class is getting repeated, I just took the first question for the demo for all the people. But now from like here on, the patterns are going to be different. Is it clear to everyone? All right then. So we need to print this particular pattern. Anyone having any ideas? How can we do this? Or, okay, I can give you another variant of this. There can. Okay, few of you know it, so it's fine. But those who don't know it, whenever you see these kind of patterns, you have to see what is n. Okay, n is given to you as 5. Now you have to notice in the given pattern how many rows are there and how many columns are there. Everyone able to follow? Now if you count here, you will get first row, second row, third row, fourth row and fifth row. So total number of rows is equals to 5. Everyone able to follow? Next is columns. So if you will move towards columns, again, first column, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So total columns here are also 5. Yes, no. Next, in these kind of questions, you need to see in each row, how many number of elements are there? Okay. So in the first row, how many elements are here? In the second row, how many elements? In the third row, how many elements? Fourth and fifth. So ultimately, when you will start noticing it, you will find some kind of connection, right? This is your first row and only one element is getting printed. This is your second row and two elements are getting printed. Third row, three elements. Fourth row, four elements. Fifth row, five elements. Now, I would like to ask all of you people, how many of you are not able to follow so far? Whatever I am saying, if anyone is like, I'm not able to understand what ma'am is trying to teach, they can just raise your hands or you can just ping me on the chat. I'll be repeating what I am saying and I'll try to explain you in a better way. Yes, anyone? Okay. So you have seen here that number of rows here. Instead of saying that these are elements, you can say that whatever row number is there, that many number of columns should be printed. In your first row, only one column is getting printed. In your second row, two columns are getting printed. In your third row, three columns are getting printed. Is everyone able to follow what I am trying to explain here? Guys, if you won't respond to this particular session, it won't be good enough for you all as well in the future session. So it's better if you start saying it out in the chat. Okay. So how many of you did actually understood whatever I'm explaining so far? I'll wait for 2 minutes. Otherwise, I'm not going to move forward. Okay. Gaurav, understanding. Good. Can you repeat once? Okay. Sandeep, you could have said it previously as well, right? If I would not be asking for the feedback, then you would be like going back home with the feel that, okay, I was not able to understand this particular session. You should express yourself, right? Because if you won't be, then I won't be able to know, okay, someone is understanding or not. This is a session where lots and lots of people are learning, okay? So please be open to speak out if you are not getting any thought about any question, okay? All right. I'll explain it once again. Sandeep, you can see there are total 5 rows getting printed in this particular pattern. Your n was given as 5 in the question. Like when you will be given the question, only this 5 will be given to you as an input. And you will be asked to print this output. Clear the problem statement? What problem is saying? Yes. Now we are seeing that on the first row, only one element is printed. On the second row, two elements are printed. And similar way, it is increasing one by one. Yes, no. Yes. So now we have to establish the connection between this rows and the columns. That's what I was saying here, that whatever your row number is, that many number of times you have to print your columns, isn't it? If your row number is 3, you have to iterate for 3 times to print 3 numbers. If your row number is 4, you need to iterate for 4 times, right? If your row number is 5, you need to iterate for 5 times to print 5 numbers. Able to get it what I am saying? Yes. That's what I have explained so far. Everyone, are you clear now? Now, you can clearly see that for 5 rows, how many times your loop should run? 5 times. Or I can say, I will start your loop from 1. It will go till n and I plus plus. Okay. This is the loop for your rows. Now internally you can see that each row is having their own group of elements that needs to be printed. Yes or no? Yes. So now you will be having another loop inside it for the columns. Again, you can see every column is at least starting from 1. So I will start your J loop from 1. Up to where it should go? Every time you can see that it is equals to the row number. Like up to your row number, it should continue. Guys, n is a dynamic value which your user provides you. If you all know the concept of dynamic values, and 5 is just a static value that I gave you to understand this concept. Is it clear? And if I write here, is it clear? The one who was asking that it's not n, it's 5. Yes, no, anything? Okay, leave it. Now, those who are saying that j should be equals to I. Okay. For columns, okay, let me just write here 5 for your current understanding. Those who are saying j equals to I, guys, if j is also less than I, then also we need to print. Like for the first row, it will work. 1 is equals to 1. But for the second row, j will start from 1 again, right? Which is less than I. Everyone getting this? Everyone able to get this? So it should not be only equals to, it should be less than. J, if j is less than or equals to I, we need to print it. Here, since you can see all the numbers are getting printed in the same row for a particular loop, SOP will be used and you need to print here j. Clear to all? You can also add space if you want. And after you can see after every line, the other row is getting printed on the next line, right? So for that, there should be one SOP element. I hope everyone is clear. Yes, no. Okay, I can see the answers from few people. What about the remaining? How many of you didn't understood it? The better way to question you. How many of you didn't understood the concept? Yes, guys. All right, no worries. Do anyone want that we should run it in the IDE? Okay. Someone is saying no, someone is saying yes, someone is saying please. Let's quickly see one of the demonstration and then we will move on to the next part. And anyone having like a doubt, which I am not able to get right now, you will have the privilege to unmute yourself at the end and ask it. Okay. So no need to worry about that. Okay, then let's quickly see it. I will take int n equals to 5 here. It's better to call the function like and then write your entire code. It gives you the modularity in your code and it's an efficient way to write the code. So we will write a function here, print pattern, and we will pass n. The one who is joined with Oppo name, I hope now it is clear why I was writing n there. Just a generalization, okay? Nothing else. Here, I will start for loop with 1. It will run up to n. Next, I will start the J loop. Again, starting with 1. It will run up to I. And J++. Here, you just need to write what should be printed, guys. I didn't ask what should be printed. Yes, anyone? Someone is saying I, someone is saying J. Let's try it out. It's better to try and see rather than like just thinking. And here, you should just change the line by writing system.out.println. Okay. I'm saving it. I'm trying to run this code. And you all can see that whatever I have got was not our pattern. Yes, no. Everyone, are you able to follow? Our pattern was 1, 1, 2, right? This was your pattern, and now you're getting this pattern. Obviously, it's not correct. Now we will print J here and see what happens. And here you get your perfect pattern that you were looking for. Clear? And it should not be like you are just guessing it. Okay, it should not be a guessing game. Okay, if I didn't worked out, J should always be. You should be very clear with what you're actually saying in the pattern. Clear, guys? Okay, let's just quickly see one more pattern for today, and then I'll take all your questions. So one observation from your previous question that we just solved is number of rows is equals to n. First lesson. Now let's just solve this very quick pattern. Any ideas how can we print this particular pattern? I'll take all your thoughts and then we'll start teaching you. Giving you 2 minutes of time to respond on the chat. All right, guys. So let's quickly see how to solve this particular problem. Okay, here your n will be 5. Number of rows, okay. Good, Bhuvnesh. Good thought. First line view. Good, Sandeep. You just need to frame it in the form of code. Again, if I talk about columns, it is 5, right? Equal number of rows and columns. No variation in the printing as well. Number of columns, 5, right? The observation part here is this is your first column and all the stars are getting printed. This is your last column. Again, all the stars are getting printed. First row, all stars are getting printed. All stars, I mean to say, all the elements are getting printed. Like if there are 5 elements, all of them are getting printed. Again, last row, all the stars are getting printed. What about the remaining? If you notice from second row and second column onwards, the remaining spaces are empty. They are printed as an empty one. Yes, no? They are just spaces and no character, right? All right. So seeing this, we'll write our code. How many loops will be there? Okay, 2, 3. Anyone for 4? 3. All right. Let's see if it is 3 or 2. You all will tell me. First, we have to ensure that our loop run for the number of rows. Yes or no? Yes. So we should be having a loop, outer loop, running up to the number of rows. All right. Now, for each row, we need to print the number of stars as per the pattern. Yes or no? Everyone is getting me. For first row, you need to print 5 stars. For the second row, only first star and last star should be printed, remaining should be spaces. In that way, you have to continue, right? So again, for printing the columns, we should be having another loop. Yes or no? Everyone able to follow? All right. So again, it will start with 1. How many total elements are there in each row? 5. You are very sure about that every element is having 5 elements, right? Now, do you think, like, how will your program know that this is your second row? So, okay, in the middle, we have to print spaces. Okay, this is the first row, we have to print all the stars. How will your program know it? If else conditions, obviously, you have to specifically write your program with that if it is your first row, okay, first row in the sense if I is equal 1. Everyone is getting clear? Everyone is clear? If I is equal 1, that means it is a first row, right? And if it is a first row, okay, then you have to print your star. What can be the other condition? Okay, this is the first row it is printing, but for the first column also it has to take care, right? Yes or no? So here you can keep one more condition. If j is also equal 1, then also you have to print the star. Okay, like even if I is not equals to 1, but j is, then also the star should be printed. Everyone clear? What can be the other condition? Other condition is the last row, right? This is your last row and this is your last column. So you should ensure if I is equal 5, then also you need to print the star. Or if j is equal 5, then also you need to print the star. Is it clear, guys? Yes, great. Instead of this, can you see any other condition where star is printed? Instead of these, okay, someone will be having doubt, ma'am, this is the second row and you're not covering the second row in your conditions, right? Like I have not written anywhere that if I is equal 2, you should be printing the star. Have I written it? No. Anyone having that doubt? That I have not written any condition for the second row, third row, fourth row. only written the condition for first row and last row, and my program will work fine? Yes, guys, if in doubt, do ask. You're not getting charged. You're not gonna pay anything if you say wrong, or I'm not gonna punish you. All right, I guess I have got a very good audience this time. So let's move on. Other than this, if there is any value, then okay, Himanshu, focus here. If you're getting your row number as 1, should you print all the stars? Yes, Himanshu, are you getting my point? If your I is equals to 1, all the stars should be printed, right? Why no? You can see that your first row contains all the stars with no empty spaces. Are you clear with this? I can't see your chat, Himanshu, if you are at all doubtful. Okay, this can be your first session or the last session, but whatever I'm asking, just answer it. This is the first line you can see getting printed. It consists of 5 stars, and your n is also 5, which means it is full of stars without any empty space. Are you able to see that thing? Yeah. So whenever it is your first row, whenever I comes out as 1, only stars should be printed. You are clear with the first row concept, Himanshu? Good. In the first row, does it matter what is your column number? Does your column number matter in the first row? If it whether it is a second column or third column or fourth column? Every time you have to print the star if the row number is 1. Clear, guys? Good. Now moving on to the second row, when your I will become 2. For that, when it will come inside, J will be 1, okay? Like J will again start from 1, right? But your I is 2. So this condition will fail. Yes or no? Everyone getting my point? But it will see another condition now. If 1 is false, or condition works in that way, right? If 1 is false, it sees the other one. So now it will see J is equal 1. So you can see that obviously J is equals to 1 now. Then it will again print this star. Clear to everyone? Yes, no? Okay. Now your loop will iterate. When J was equals to 1, now after iterating in the loop, J will become 2. Yes or no? Once J become 2, like J will go from here, it will increment, J will become 2 now. Now it will check the condition if I is equal 1. Is I equal 1? Is I equal 1? No. Is J equal 1? No. Is I equal 5? No. Is J equal 5? No. So no, not any one condition is true now. So this if loop will not, like if condition will not be executed. And it will, sorry, I have printed here the stuff. And it will go to the else block and it will print the space. Everyone clear? and hence you will get this space. Able to follow everyone? Yes, everyone, are you able to follow? Okay, Kishan Karwar is fine. Himanshu, what about you now? Are you clear? I don't think so. It was something which requires prior knowledge. Okay, now I will give you the chance to unmute. Okay, so Sandeep, what you are not getting, you can unmute and ask.
Hello.
Yes.
Second, third, and fourth line, the space is printing. I'm not getting it.
Sandeep, your voice is little like cutting down every time.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
In second and third, fourth line, the
Mm-hmm.
space is printing. I'm not getting it.
Okay, see, you got it like the first star will be printed.
Yes. Yeah.
But now, when it will check for the if condition for the second time, okay, when j will be 2. Now it will check all these conditions and none of them will be correct. Yes, no? Yes. So it will come to this else block and print this space. Like, what's that tough about this space?
I got it now.
Yeah? Sandeep, did you said anything?
No, no, no.
You got it? Like, space is nothing. Like I'm saying, these are the characters getting printed. Space is also a character. You can also print a space. Clear? Okay. Yes, guys, anyone having any doubts, you can just unmute and ask because I'm done on my end today.
For second row, I will be 2.
For second row, I will be 2, correct? What's your question?
J value, ma'am.
Uh, the person who is speaking, can you please speak continuously instead of muting yourself?
For second row, I will be 1. Then what will be the value of J?
It will again start from 1, right?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Because nested loop works in that way, okay? All right. Any other person? Any other person having any doubts regarding the session or regarding the batch, they can ask me. Can we do write an ID? Right now, Bhuvnesh, the timing is over, but you can try it in yours. It will be easy to do. Okay. You have the code I have written in front of you.
Uh, ma'am, it's,
Yeah.
ma'am, it's Himanshu.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
Himanshu.
so I just I have query on this batch. Means it is a free batch or it will be paid on Monday onwards. So I just need to know about that. The batch about the batch. Like
Are you asking the free batches up to when it will continue?
yes,
And
yes.
so, Himanshu, the free batches will continue till Thursday this week.
Okay,
Friday,
okay,
Saturday, Sunday, no classes. And from Monday, paid batches will start. Okay.
okay. From Monday onwards, na?
Correct.
Yeah, and ma'am means how many days the all the session will be?
Monday to Friday.
No. How many class? Like how many days it will be going on? Like it's 1 month or 1.5 month?
It will go on for 3 months.
Okay, the only data structure, na?
Yeah, data structures and algorithm. Correct.
Okay. And I means if I need to join, say means connect with whom? Like
You know about Ashok IT, right?
yeah, I heard about, but I never joined any class on there, so that's why I just asked.
You can just contact. You must be like getting the contact number and the details to contact the admin people. Just contact them and they will tell you. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah,
Okay, Manshu.
sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Any other person having any doubts? I guess no. So,
Covering
Mhm.
topics. Covering
Uh,
topics.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
What are the topics you are covering?
There are lots and lots of topics that we are going to cover. I hope you must have got the syllabus, which our admin people must have shared. And if you have not, there is the introductory session, which I took on Saturday. You can just go through it. I have explained each and every topic that we are going to cover in this particular session. Okay. Is it clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
And please do join with your real name because it's difficult to communicate in this way. Anyone else having any doubts? I guess no. So SOP and SOP for printing, right? Correct, Bhuvnesh? All right then, guys. Thank you for today's session.